This is what I always do.
Just
and then all the good stuff's out of the way. You turn the camera on, and we're like, what do we do now?
So for anyone watching this video, we just went through all the good stuff, and from now on, it's going to be garbage.
It's downhill.
Before he pressed the record button.
I love that. Right, let's just get straight into it. So I'm at the Ultimate IT Growth Conference, and Nigel Moore was in town. Nigel, why were you here?
We're just to gate crash Jennifer's conference is all. That's it. Flew the 17 hours just to come here and gate crash the last 2 hours of it.
Yeah, well,
no, really.
Yeah, it makes sense.
No, I'm here for another. I'm actually here for a marketing conference, and then I heard that Jennifer was in town, and I'm like, heck yeah! And we had our conference finished an hour ago. And so we decided to jump over here and jump in for the last 2 hours of this one before we head back home, or before I fly back home.
Good man. And we were just winding down. I was like, I know that guy. Yeah, quite
Who's got that scraggly red hair and the black hat?
You can't hide, my friend. You can't hide.
No, I can't hide anyway.
So while I've got you here, let's talk Tech Tribe then, shall we? So what's been going on recently? And I feel like I need an exclusive insight. So what's on the roadmap that you can talk about?
There's always lots. Like, we are always addicted to just doing more. I've got the benefit to our members is my ADHD and shiny red object syndrome. So we're like, as soon as we finish with one thing and roll it out, it's like, quick, what's next? Nigel needs to
feed as well, though. You get it
We
done.
do, yeah, that's the thing. So the good thing that I've worked on with the team is I've built a team that I can come up with the crazy ideas and vision and whatnot, and then the team, I can hand it across to them and they can do it. Because if you leave it to me, I get nothing done by myself. Like, build the team, get them to execute on it, and we're getting some really good momentum at the moment and starting to ramp up that momentum of getting stuff out and whatnot, which is fun.
So what's the big thing? I mean, I know obviously Growably has been probably quite a journey, I can imagine, because that's a big thing to add to your
Growably
membership.
is huge. So for those that don't know, Growably is the marketing and sales automation platform that we give to all of our members at the moment, built on the high level platform, and it does marketing automation and sales, CRM and everything in there. And we've just onboarded, or finished onboarding 3,300 MSPs into that are using it in all varying ways, shapes and forms. And our process at the moment is filling it up with all the content, so landing pages and marketing campaigns and hybrid campaigns and sales CRM stuff and email templates and email campaigns and everything, and working through that at the moment. And that's our process and a half, as well as handling the ongoing technical support and building out a support team to look after 3,300 MSPs that have started to use it.
That's 3,300 on the Growably platform.
Yes.
How many are in Tech Tribe now? Where are you up to?
I don't know. I don't look at the numbers anymore. I stopped about a year ago. I think we're 4,300, 4,400 MSPs in the Tech Tribe now.
Wow, that's
somewhere thereabouts.
Yeah, that's incredible.
I started it hoping to get to 300. It went whoop, and I went, oh crap! How do we keep up? Got to build a team, but it's awesome. It's fun. It is. It's the dream business, and we've got dream clients all around the world, and we wake up excited to do what we do, which is all that you can hope for in business, right? Waking up every day excited to serve your clients and do more for them, and to me it's kind of an addiction. It's sometimes an unhealthy addiction. If you ask my family, they're like dragging me away from the computer and I've got to create more, I've got to build more.
It's great to see the passion still there, because obviously you've been through quite a journey. So when did you start with Tech Tribe? It's been
January 2017, and we still have our very first customer with us today, which is awesome.
Excellent. And the passion's still there, which is brilliant.
It is, yeah.
So you touched on the Growably platform, and you touched on throwing loads of content into it in the different ways. Can we talk what's working in a way of marketing? So
we can. The old is new again. What's old is new, as the saying.
It is a bit cyclical, isn't it?
It is. It's very cyclical, and there's been obviously over the last 5 years, there's been massive rushes to the ad marketplaces like Facebook ads and Google ads and all those things, and they all work well. And the problem is they tend to become crowded over time, and although the MSP space is not really that crowded when you think about it in those things, but what we're seeing a big resurgence of, or not even a resurgence, but that's still growing and still getting amazing results for MSPs, that a lot of MSPs overlook is direct mail, like direct response marketing or printed mail or postcards or those sort of things, mixed with hybrid campaigns, or mixed with digital. So an example of that we were talking about is like postcard campaigns where you might be positioning something like a Microsoft 365 offering or a backup offering or a cybersecurity audit or risk assessments or those sorts of things, but doing it via targeted lists with physical campaigns going out to people, and then backing it up with landing pages inside a platform like Growably or whatever platform you use for your marketing, coupled with retargeting ads and social media posts and all sorts of stuff, so that you've got a omnipresent campaign all around the exact same scent or the exact same call to action on it. And so we've been seeing some MSPs have great results around the place with just physical mail out there. seems harder up front and it seems costlier up front, and that's often a turn-off.
Is that the first touch then?
It can be.
Direct mail?
Yeah, your first touch, yeah. So you can often go out and you can either build or buy a list. Obviously, building your own list is better. You can go and buy a list and then you've got to scrub the list and then go and start marketing to it. But typically, like some of the numbers that we see in the marketplace are someone will go and build a list of say 1,000 subscribers or 1,000 people on a list. You can buy them fairly cheaply. And then they will go and send a campaign, whether it's a cybersecurity campaign or an Office 365, using more of it, like adoption campaign or something, and they're getting 1 to 2, maybe 0.5 to 2% response rates on these things, and a closing out of 1,000, you're getting a couple of clients closed. Now people look at that and go, oh, only 1 to 2%, but you look at the lifetime values of the clients that you're closing, and your ROI is like 20 to 1, 30 to 1, 50 to 1, 300 to 1.
Yeah.
Whereas the e-commerce industry, like they struggle to get 2 to 1 sometimes. And MSP space using like these physical mail campaigns are getting over like just 6-month periods or 12-month periods, like these 50 to 1 ROIs on their marketing spend. And it's crazy. It's because our industry has got such an awesome lifetime value. Like once you've got a client, they spend a lot, right? They spend a lot. And so many MSPs, especially in the early stages of an MSP, you're worried about costs, and I get it. I was horribly frugal when it came to marketing costs in my early years. It's like, I don't want to spend $1 on marketing because I don't have a dollar.
You tried quite a lot though, didn't you?
I tried a lot and I failed on a lot of them, but I learned lots of lessons, and that's the key to marketing, right? Is fail a lot and fail a lot and keep failing until you start succeeding. And that cost me sometimes tens of thousands of dollars on campaigns that did nothing until I figured it out. But that's the thing with direct mail campaigns. You might go and spend $3,000, $5,000 on a campaign, and people look at that and go, oh, that's $3,000 or $5,000. But $3,000 to $5,000 can typically get you. You can never guarantee anything in marketing, right? Like it still depends on the list that you're marketing to, but can typically get at least 1 to 2 clients out of that. Now, 1 to 2 clients.
And what's the value on those?
1 to 2 clients. The gross margin on a managed service agreement of $2,000 is 60%. Is what's that, 1,200-ish, or I'm not good at maths, but that sort of numbers. And that means you're getting your return on investment back in 3 months, right? Like 3 to 4 months.
Yeah, there's not many places you can do that, really.
No, you don't do that when we're putting money in a bank, right? Like it's 4%, right? Like this is getting 20, 30%, like 60, 70, 80, 90% returns on things. And but it is hard because it's an upfront cost. And sometimes you look at it and you put that money out there and you're like, when is that money going to come back to me? And the way I always see my marketing dollars is they're little tiny helpers, right? Like every single dollar I throw into my marketing funnel, I want that marketing dollar to go out into the world and to bring me back an extra dollar. I want him to come back and with $2, and like that marketing dollar's grabbed another one and come back. And I always see my marketing dollars like that. And sometimes that marketing dollar might go out and he might not come back home for 3 months or 4 months or 5 months or 6 months.
But
he's going to come back.
Consistency as well, isn't
Correct.
it?
You're going to get the consistency up, and that's what it's about. That marketing dollar, the more consistent, the more money he might be able to grab while he's out there. He might come back with $3 back.
It's like commitment, isn't it? It's being really committed to like, I'm definitely gonna do this. And
marketing, you've got to commit. Like the biggest mistake that MSPs make in the world is not being consistent with their marketing. When it comes to growth, the biggest mistake they make is not being consistent with their marketing, and that's because our sales cycle is long, and it means that you're not often going to get a client banging down your door ready to knock on the first month of marketing, right? You're building an engine and you're building this trust and recency factor and you're building all these touch points up where people are seeing you, and that takes a little bit of time. So building a marketing engine is scary in those first couple of months. You're throwing dollars at a wall and you're throwing all these dollars out there into the marketplace, and none of them are returned home yet, and you're going, am I doing something wrong?
So if you're working with an agency or something, that's exactly why so many just leave after
100%. Like agency life cycles, 3 months is like most agencies lose after 3 months, and part of that is their fault that they're not setting the expectations, right? And they're not saying, hey guys, I'm going to tell you, you're not going to get results in the first 3 months. If you do, then awesome, but don't expect it. But they go, we're going to get you awesome results and blah, 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 and they get out there and sell them, and then month 3 they haven't got anything and they think it's a failure. It's not a failure, they just haven't done it long enough. That's it. You've got to push through.
Right. That's why some of them have like 12-month commitments.
Correct, 12-month commitments.
I'm not working for anything less because you're not going to see anything.
And that's commitments are, like contract terms and commitments are a struggle to people. Like we get that it's like you're putting a lot of dollars on the line sometimes, and you don't know the results that this person might get you and whatnot. But with marketing in the MSP space, with that long sales cycle and the high cost of switching from a company, like if a company wants to switch IT providers, there's a high cost. So you've got to have a strong reason to switch. Most people, Like a lot of people will stay with a horrible IT provider for many years just because the cost of switching is so high, for no other reason. And so that makes our sales cycle very long. It's awesome once you get the client, right? Because they're there, and hopefully you're the any MSPs watching this are the MSPs that look after their clients once they get them. But there's others that get them, and they go, awesome, we got them, we close them, and then they know that they don't have to deliver a good job because the client's going to stay around just because of the cost of switching. And it's
sad to think that mindset exists, but
it exists, and it exists, and I've seen it a lot, and I hate it, and I love teaching the underdogs how to get their own clients so they can take them from those dodgy guys that are out there, not looking after their clients and not caring about their clients.
There's been some interesting themes here, actually. I know Corey was talking about sort of domain expertise and how you can, if you're trying to displace an IT provider, going in there almost like, not necessarily niching down, but having that domain expertise in multiple niches, perhaps. You go in there and you know the regulations, you know your industry.
You know the software, you know their line of business apps.
Yeah, and that's like such a good way to displace
it is. Yeah, we did that a little bit in the hospitality industry in Australia, which I'm kind of lucky that I'd sold my MSP before COVID, because we had probably 25% COVID industry risk, hospitality industry risk in there. But that was an industry that we did exactly that in. We partnered up with some vendors that were serving the hospitality space, and they ended up becoming our default sales reps out there. That they'd go and close a deal for some POS software or whatever, and then they'd start talking to the restaurant chains. Existing IT company, and they go, these guys are crap. They're making my job hard. They're not giving us what we need to do our work.
Yeah.
You need to go and speak to Nigel Moore's company, and they're so much easier to work with because we work with them over at famous Australian restaurant group, and so we'd get all these inbound calls that we'd been referred to from these guys, and these hospitality POS vendors, multiple ones, ended up becoming our virtual sales reps out there for us, which was awesome.
That's such a good model, isn't it? Yeah,
such a great model.
If you can do that, the partnerships and alliances.
It is so cheap. In terms of your cost of investment, like we talk about direct mail, and that comes with cost, so you can get pretty good consistency with direct mail, and it can open up broad markets. But that was one of my favorite strategies, was I'd literally look at across our vendor base, our client base, and I'd look at who are the vendors that me and my team love working with there. Like who are the ERP vendors or the accounting vendors or the POS vendors. Yeah. And I would go and just touch base with their account executive or whoever it was that we were dealing with.
Do you have to have a certain level of spend to do that? Do you have to have like a certain amount of clout weight for them to take notice?
All I would say is, hey, my team love working with your team over at X, right? That was it. That was the opener. Yeah. They knew who we were because we were interacting with them to do installs or to roll out new stores or whatever it happened to be.
Sort of
we've got a little bit of stuff already, but then we'd just say, hey, my team's enjoying working with your team over there. Can I take you out for lunch and see how we might be able to do things better together? That was it. I took a few guys out to lunch. Within weeks, I'm getting like six-figure contracts, like six-figure clients thrown at us, just because I built that agreement or built that relationship with vendors. I was going to say POS vendors, or with vendors that are serving our ideal clients, serving them from a different angle. And it was so cheap as well. Like a couple of $100 on a nice fancy dinner or a lunch somewhere, and then that's it. You're the default referral contact.
How can we productize this? I mean, that's the way.
Yeah.
if you could nail that down, I mean,
there's nothing you need to do on that one. You're just building relationships, right? Like it's just literally building relationships.
The theme here for the last 2 days: relationships.
100%.
Yeah. I mean, you hear it bandied around a lot, but it's really clear that
and it works.
It works. Not talking tech.
We're in the MSP space, right? It is full of us introverts that don't like building relationships sometimes. And I had to, like, back in those days, I was like, I'm a raging introvert now. You wouldn't know, but I'm a raging introvert now, and I love, like, I'll come away from an event like this.
Has that got better in recent years, or
no? I still need a lot of my quiet time, lot of my quiet time.
Relate.
But I had to, like, I trained myself and forced myself and went to event to stop being the guy standing in the back corner cowering like this at every event, to being the guy that was confident enough to go and network around the thing. I don't. Nowadays, I walked in here and I was like, Nigel, no. But back in the day, it was like that, and I encourage every person that's if you feel like you lack the confidence to be able to go into a room, just go into more rooms. And I used to get on, it's meetup.com. It's a website where there's meetups all around the place. And in Sydney, I used to just get on meetup.com, and I'm like, Nigel, you just got to get out and get better at being around
people. Just randomers or any particular
So I would just go, what's happening in Sydney tonight? Like, there's a real estate meetup. I'm going to go along to that. Really? There's an investing meetup. I'm going to go along to that. I don't have a cent to invest, but I'm going to go along to that. So, there's people playing a game. I'm going to go along to that. And I just went to all these meetups.
First. That's what head on.
And the first ones, again, I'm the guy standing at the back going, please don't anyone speak to me. Like, I'm just here to, and what the hell did you do, Nigel, making yourself go out to these? But slowly I started to get more confident at each one, and slowly I realized that every single other person there is just a human as well. They're not big and scary and whatnot. and I started speaking to people. And nowadays I'm still an introvert. I still need my quiet time and my space, but I don't have that fear of going and talking and networking and talking to people in events anymore. I grew that out of myself, and so I guess the encouragement for anyone here watching
it can be done. It can be done.
I was the raging introvert, and it can be done, and it takes a little bit of consistency and effort, and but the rewards are huge. Go and do it. Go and put yourself out there, and you feel more confident in yourself. You make more friends. You build a network. You close more deals ultimately because of it, and you share the journey with other humans. Right? That's what it's all about. We're all. If
you're not out there, you're not seeing the opportunities. Before I let you go, Nigel, I know you've got stuff to do. In terms of what's coming up in the Tech Tribe, anything that you can give us a kind of maybe a sneaky peek into what's on the roadmap in the.
Our roadmap is a mess in Nigel's head.
What shiny objects have you got that may or may not happen?
One of our main ones is we're focusing very hard on MSPs, number one pain point after pricing and packaging, which is why I wrote that package price profit book.
Yes,
the number 2 one obviously is growth. We're at a growth conference, right? And so we've in about 11 months ago now, we had Andrea join our team as our head of member success, and her primary role is literally to help our members get more clients. That's it. Literally to help them get more clients. And that's her KPI, her
utilizing
metric.
the content, basically making the most of the
Figuring
content.
out how to use the content, getting better content, teaching them how to use it, giving them containers and structures around accountability and support and everything. So all of that stuff she's been working on.
She's going to be busy.
She's very busy, and she's been the last year we've been kind of behind the scenes doing a lot. And she's been flying out to Australia, and I'm flying out here. And we're planning, and we're lots of brainstorming on things, and we're building a few different things, and we're just starting to get things are starting to happen now from that. And there's lots of content coming out, there's campaigns coming out, there's loads more education on how to do this stuff coming out as well.
Excellent, okay.
Because some of our most used resources in the Tech Tribe, or one of the most used resources in the Tech Tribe, is our Marketing Foundations workshop. We've had over 1,000 MSPs go through and complete that thing now.
That's really good, that's really good.
And they're like, what's next? I need to know more of this stuff because I have no idea what it is. And so we've built out what's happening next and teaching them how to do it. And obviously, teaching is good, but then you need some accountability to go and do it. So we are going to be launching, at this stage, we're going to be launching a higher level program in the group to give you containers around accountability and...
is that like mentorship as well, is it? Or is
to a degree in there. It'll be more accountability in there. With some, the people that will be coaching the groups and whatnot will be people that have been there and done it before. And so there will be some mentorship stuff in there as well. But because at the moment we've literally had one Tech Tribe offering for the last many years, and that's it. Tech Tribe membership, $60 per month or $59 per month, some stupid price.
It's an incredible amount of value. I mean, I've been a member for since
probably
a long time. I've switched various different companies. But I use it as a vendor just purely to keep my finger on the pulse in terms of what's going on in the industry and stuff.
I get kicked in the behind by my team, by clients, by vendors, by everyone telling me that it's too cheap, but we're a volume thing, and so we've got to the point where the business is sustainable now, and I don't ever want to have the Tech Tribe at a price that's not attainable for the everyday MSP that I was when I first started out. Because I know how darned important peers were and support network and training and everything was for me when I first started out in my MSP journey, when I was scared, alone, frightened, had no idea what the heck I was doing, and I had no money either. But I could have probably scrimped and saved and figured out $60 per month, and I would have joined the Tech Tribe if it existed back then. But I wouldn't have joined a $35,000 program or those other ones that are out there. I would not have had the money, the confidence, or anything to do it.
Well, hopefully it's a gateway. I don't know if that's okay to say that, but I assume it's a gateway to maybe
it was 100%. And that's what I love about the Tech Tribe as well, is we have members that have started out like that, and they've used the Tech Tribe over the years and learnt from us and done their things and graduated up to the point where they're now paying the $35,000 a year in their programs. They're graduated, and I love that graduation process. They're not graduating, they're moving on from the Tech Tribe, and we see when people cancel, we can see why they're cancelling. And some people are moving up in their thing. Like I've graduated, and I'm like,
done, isn't it?
I'm like, heck yes!
It's like counterintuitive for your...
I don't want your money forever. I much prefer seeing that you've succeeded, which is awesome. And we see a bit of that, and we're going to add the next layers as well for people that want to graduate up to another layer, because we've obviously got some stuff that we can help out with on the next layer in there. And it's all the stuff like that we're working on. A lot of growth related stuff is going to be the key for the next year. And maybe we might start doing some marketing one of these days. We still get...
For yourself?
For ourselves. We get about 5 to 10 members a day at the moment, mostly by word of mouth. And it's been like that every day since 2017.
Absolutely
every single month we've been bigger than the previous month. Every single month since 2017 we've been bigger than the previous month.
Yeah.
And we hardly do any marketing at all. The team's always like, can we do some marketing? And I'm like, I don't want to.
Just don't. That means
I just want to keep building in the back. I like creating.
more MSPs, more problems.
Well, that's true. And we have had some scaling problems because when I first started Tech Tribe, I was like, let's get this thing to 300 MSPs and it'll be awesome because I'll just have a nice little income and I'll build this thing.
You have got to watch that, haven't you? I mean,
you
really,
do.
Yeah,
We've had to slow down. We've had to slow down sometimes, and to the point where I actually had a conversation with the team a month ago saying we might have to turn off sign-ups just for a bit, just to be able to, because we've had some scaling issues in there, especially bringing on 3,000 clients into that Growably platform as well, that we also give members as part of their membership. It's not like it's a paid additional offering. We give it to everyone, and we've had to try and scale that up and deal with all the support tickets that come from that, because that adds an additional layer of support tickets to us every single day. And so it's fun, but
got a lot going
still
on.
scale, and try to keep up. And as pretty much every business is in the world, is you're that proverbial duck or the swan that's floating gracefully across the puddle. With underneath is Nigel and his team going, holy crap! How do we keep up with all these clients coming in?
I've got to say, from this side, it
how do we help them?
Calm. Yeah, you're carrying
masters
that well.
of perception.
Yeah, it's working well.
But it's fun, and we enjoy it, and I enjoy a challenge, and I enjoy creating. And to me, I nearly look more at the Tech Tribe as my art more than a business. Like I'm a capitalist at heart. I love making money like we all do, because money allows us to do bigger and better things and have a bigger impact in the world. But more so in that it's art to me. I'm out there painting my canvas. I can't paint for crap. I can't draw a stick figure. Business is my stick figure. Business is I go out there and I try and I create and I build, and it used to be that I used to build all the content. I used to build everything. I'd be in the back end programming and doing all this stuff. Now my art is transforming into my art is building a team and painting a team and learning how to lead a bigger team of executive team or whatnot. And that to me is art. It's like it's my fun. It's a creative outlet to me.
I think the only way is up for you. Honestly, it sounds like you've got the absolute. Yeah, you're enjoying it, and it's
fun.
It's going well.
It's fun. The industry's fun. I love the industry. I hate the industry because it's stark raving mad. We're all mad hatters, me included. I'm probably the maddest of the lot. The industry drives us all crazy, but it is an exciting industry, and I love it. And I love that we're a little part in helping people have better days as they build their MSPs in the industry. It is.
Mate, you did a fantastic job. Huge contribution. Obviously, I know you're not big on the plugs and stuff, but you've got to go. If you haven't checked out the Tech Tribe, go and check it out, but not quite yet, because we don't want too many people.
If there's a waitlist button there, sorry. My bad. One time we did close, and I said, we're just going to close for a month or two just to take some pressure off while we're building things. We stayed closed for like 9 months, I think, and I'm like, can we just stay closed for another month?
Just quite enjoying this.
We're just enjoying it now, and we're just kind of quiet for a little bit, but then we started, people were okay with it after 2 or 3 months. It's like, when's it opening? And we're like, yeah, it's coming back soon and whatever. By the 7th and 8th month, we're getting angry people at us like, open the damn doors. And we're like, it's like the pounding is getting louder, and we're like, all right, we're going to open the doors here before we get in trouble. So we did, and it's...
What an amazing testament to your business, though. That's an incredible place to be.
Cool.
Listen, so glad I could catch up with you. It's been an absolute pleasure seeing you again. It's been, like 7 years or something
since
like that.
The curry
curry with
Richard Tubb.
Richard, Rob, and Rick. Yeah,
it was. Yeah. 100%. It was fun times. Maybe another day soon.
That'd be good. Hopefully, Oz will be better.
I agree. That saves me the 30 hours or 40 hours of travel over there with 3 kids. So you guys can all travel my way next time.
Crikey, I have to bring mine. Okay. Anyway, I'll leave that there, mate. All the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Nice one.